はーい。コールオブクトゥルフやっていきます。今回ホラーゲーなんでね、なるべく、軽くしたいな、怖いから。まあ、ホラーゲーだからね。このぐらいがうっすら見えるじゃないかな。コールオブクトゥルフ、ホラーゲームになってるはずなので、すごい、まあでも、クトゥルフとかなら、なんか大丈夫じゃないですかね。画質は良さそうだね。クトゥルフシーンはあんまりちゃんと知らないんですけど、多分なんとかなるだろう。ボストンピアズ・サンテリミッション。狂気に陥る。お、サメ。ようわからんな。キモいね。ゲームをセーブしました。俺はお前に安心したぜ。よし。いや、ドアの開閉音バイオハザードっぽい。こんな感じ？結構明るいね。なんというか、本当に宗教チックだね。開くかどうかだけ試していい？開かない。待って、なんか今、いなかった。気のせいかな。自分の手も血まみれだな。闇隠れ。調べるために照らす必要のあるアイテムを探します。ハリケーンランプ。ボルトカッター。使いにくそうなボルトカッターだね。じゃあ切っていきますか。ライトの消し方とかありますか？なるほどね。切る箇所を変えれば別に簡単か。私に続き運命は逃れたいほどにお前を引きずり込む。よくわかんないですね。とりあえず切っとこう。切れない。退路が多い方がいいんだかな。 退路は増やしておきましょう。怖いんで。どうやってこれ、アルコールランプか。ただの。なんて粗末な捧げ物なんだ。本当にね。シャチじゃん。サメじゃん。ただ撒き散らした感じがすごいね。信仰心のかけらもないかもしれない。抵抗はするな。お前は選ばれたのだ。L2 ダッシュ。L1 でリーン、左リーン。R1 で右リーン。見よう。みんなボルデモートみたいだな。うわぁ、クトゥルフっぽい触腕だ。悪夢にうなされてるのね。睡眠薬。効き目が弱まってきている。飲まない。ずいぶん前のことだな。悪夢について書いてるんだ。話術、筋力、医学、オカルト、心理学、目星。ああ、もう TRPG みたいだね。小気道、トラウマ。論理的で信頼に値するものである。ダークウォーター。まだ情報がありません。ベッドよりも、それから空いたボトルも。今のうちはな。77歩兵士団と戦死したロストバタリオンの男たちを忍んで刻んだ古いライター。手に持ってるのはライターぐらい。切っとくか。電気代ももったいないし。これを片付けないと。なんかに事件を起きたんだな。これを取ったバーのオーナーは事件の結末が気に食わないらしい。その証拠を掴んだ探偵に立てつく術はあるまい。と妻に伝えられたで事実。彼からしつこく電話がかかってきた。今回の電話もそうかな。出とくか。
Private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Shellerfield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
目星は振っときたいな。心理学、オカルト、まあ、医学も振っとくか。あと 4CP。確認。オプションボタン。心理学。調査。鍵開けの可能性。プロ。見習い。医学振ってもいいけどな。オカルト全然振ってない。心理学にも振ってるのがぽいけどな。まあ話術と筋力とかありそうだよね。
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contract disc. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture.
オカルト振っとけばよかったな。
The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some
ダー
sketches
クウォ
of
ー
the
ター第
Hawkins family.
36号倉庫。
Rather thin.
ダイリング、イカ全員が犠牲。 事故として片付け、サラ・ホーキンスの精神的虚弱という主張と、それはなぜだろう。サラとダークウォーター出身の実業家チャールズ・ホーキンスの結婚について書かれた一本の記事。二人はここで一人の息子のサイモンと隠遁生活をしている。マジで何も情報がないじゃん。
It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Her husband was a big deal on the island. The police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
霊的存在がってこと。まあ精神、まあ発狂してたかもしんないし、まあそういうスキルがあったのかもな、普通に。
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
送られてき
Your
た。
daughter could have been the sender.
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
どこに住んでたかも一応聞いとくか。
Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small remote island off the
離れ
coast
子
of
じゃん。
Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her
まあ
husband.
インターン生活
I
には向い
suppose
て
you
る
want
ね。
to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
まあ
I
十
think
分か
I'm
な。
beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of premonitory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
よいしょ。
And the rumors about
ホ
her
ラーゲーム
supposed
じゃ
father.
ないのかな。
Which you don't totally deny.
Find
ミス
that
テリーなの
warehouse.
かな。
Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
なんというか、捨て台詞がムカつくな。
I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. I used to be an avid reader.
医学要領。医学進捗。
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
いやー、酒は飲まない方がいい気がする。
Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
サラ・ホーキンス事件。ピアースはホーキンス事件を受けた。呪われた画家が火事を起こし、自らと家族を犠牲にしたとされている。唯一の手がかりとして、彼女は父親に気味の悪い絵画を残していた。配達伝票の住所はダークウォーター島の埠頭に建てられた倉庫。そこがピアースの調査の開始点になりそうだ。ピアースが主人公ね。オッケーオッケー。よし。ああ、もうロード終わってんのか。お、バイオハザードリベレーションズを思い出しますね。意外とちっちゃいな。海の上って比較になる物体が存在しないからサイズ感がわからんよな。
Almost there. Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you? Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman. And a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Fitzroy に話しかける。
Hey, Sullivan. The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an old...
The killer? What creature could possibly have done this?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
These...
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Don't put that beast back in the water.
These wounds. I know of no animal that could have inflicted them.
この傷、ああ、背びれとかやばいね。
Oh yeah. He's gonna get us into trouble.
医学で話しかけた後、話題変わるかな。
There's something coming.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
サブミッション、バーに行く。フィッツロイに話しかける。
You can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard.
There's nothing for you here either. Beat it.
You hear that?
あ、了解。
You bilge rats don't scare me.
すまなかったな。取り込み中だったか。
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
禁止法時代か。イカれてる時代だからな。クトゥルフの時代にこうぴったりだよね。
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
話術
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
なるほど
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
結構いいやつだな
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The Stranded Whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
まあ特に目立った情報はないね
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Hmm, 新しいオカルト要素なんだ
Nightmares. You can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
One of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
最後の
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Stranger. Stranger.
What you looking at, stranger?
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
すまない。
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
臭そうにしてもクジラがずっといなかったのにクジラが上がったんだな。
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman cat. Broken. This place seems half abandoned. Fishing equipment. Could do with a souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. A Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
一応上がっているな。医学はすごい勢いで上がるな。
This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. That's all I'll get from them.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. You know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come, come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already you think like a sailor.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Yes.
Get it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That That's no way to treat an omen. Oh yeah.
すごい穏やかなやついるね、一人だけ。え、
Damnation. I broke it. This, I can't even say which language it's written in.
オカルトがあれば分かったんだろうな。
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
わあ、三角でライター。走ると火が小さくなるな。
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
What's the difference between a police officer and a private detective?
The badge?
Exactly. Apart from that piece of metal, there's nothing that sets us apart.
You think so?
We're looking for the same thing, you and I.
Okay. Spare me the next verse. I'll tell you what I know. There are sailors who think that there's a beast prowling around the docks. Then again, these guys panic at the thought of bringing a rabbit onto a boat, so...
I see.
And there are others who would like to use the warehouses for their goods.
Who are they?
Sorry, I really can't talk about them. You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
倉庫に入る。なんかめんどくささが勝ってきたな。
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. You'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
Now, we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
確かに。
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Cat. She's your boss.
What?
You listen through keyhole.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
What are you guarding, exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
嘘はなるべくつきたくないけどな。
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
I shall take my leave. It looks like there's a way in under this grate. This ratchet device seems to be usable. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. A handle. It must come from these old winches. I could use this old winch.
まだ何かが足りない。
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
あ、終わったっぽい。
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, You're all so stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf? Has the cat...
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change it.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not. Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Oh, I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm going to have to deal with her.
バーに行けばいいか。もう一旦やめたいな。ちょっと今回は1時間経っちゃったんでここで終わります。ありがとうございました。